Hello and welcome to Up to Four Players, and together we'll be playing today The Quiet Year, a storytelling game about map building and a community that survives after the fall. I think that's basically the entire thing. We'll be using Roll20 as we did before with Intrepid. There are links in the doobly-doo below if you want to watch us play Intrepid, which is a storytelling game about adventure. And today you were using specifically the Quiet Year Adventure. I think it's called Adventure Pack, I don't know. Roll20 actually allow you to buy wholesale adventures or pack or whatever, or in this case, the game, The Quiet Year. There's everything in here. I mean, you can see the opening story, for example. Boing! Oh, nice, right?
Fancy.
Ooh.
Yeah. For a long time, we were at war with the Jackals. We'll be back to that later. That's fine. And everything else, all of the rules and everything, and the most important thing about the Quiet Year, the cards, and you will see it in a moment. But first, let us meet the players. My name is Eran.
My name is Aviv. Hi.
Yes, it is. Hello. Yes.
Hi, I'm Ev.
And you are Aviv's husband.
I'm Aviv's husband.
Yes. And
And
today, joining us.
Yes, hi, I'm Danny. Hello.
Hello.
I'm not Aviv's husband.
No, not one of Aviv's husbands. Danny is a friend of ours. He is Israeli originally and a Hebrew speaker. And if you want to know more about him and his various shenanigans, you can follow his Twitter. We will, of course, post it in the end and in our doobly-doo. If you are a Hebrew speaker yourself, you might know Danny from the same place where you might know me, GamePod, which is an Israeli podcast about video games. We are both part of the cast.
I think that's actually one of the first places that Ev and I spoke with Danny when we did an episode together about Divinity Original Sin.
Nice.
Yeah, we were fanboying all over that game. Absolutely.
Yes, deservedly so.
Deservedly so.
Let us begin, for there is no reason for us to telly. Danny never played The Quiet Year before, so we will of course explain everything as we go along. It is very simple. It's a game about one quiet year. Let's begin with the opening story. For a long time, we were at war with the Jackals. Now, finally, we've driven... Why am I saying it? My accent is horrible. Aviv, can you please?
For a long time, we were at war with the Jackals. Now, finally, we've driven them off, and we're left with this, a year of relative peace. One quiet year with which to build our community up and learn again how to work together. Come winter, the frost shepherds will arrive, and we might not survive the encounter. This is when the game will end. But we don't know about that yet. What we know is that right now, in this moment, there is an opportunity to build something.
And so we build.
Ooh. Fancy.
Let
Build
us
we shall.
move. And build we shall. Yes. Let us move to completely empty landscape. In the Quiet Year, you create a map. It's an important part of the game. I will go a bit later. Yes, here. Sketching terrain. If you want to go through it very quickly, here it is. Basically.
Whoa, text.
Yes, I will not explain everything, and if you guys at home want to play The Quiet Year, just buy it. I will give a link in the description. We will now be sketching the terrain. Each of us will give one big thing in the background, one big geological, probably, a feature of the landscape of our community. Now, we've talked a bit before the game, and we've decided the general sort of community that we want to play. Ev, why don't you describe it in general terms, what we say?
All right. So we're doing a religious cult in the US, southern US to be exact. Do we want to go into the whole end of the world apocalypse thing?
There was an end of the world apocalypse. That's a given. We are pretty sure it was something geologically in a way, probably. And the land broke and the seas, I don't know, boiled or something, and we are in what kind? You know what? How about you start? Give us the first kind of terrain that our community is in. The community is about 60 or 80 people. That's it.
Okay. I'd have to go with the desert, South US. It's just a plain. It's a desert. It's rocky, but there's no mountains. There's no water or valleys or anything like that.
Draw a desert.
That's a tricky one.
You can draw like a bit of hills and right next to it, heart of the desert or something. So let's say let's give the entire thing the general description desert, and say something about a specific place in the desert. Something that is very very typical for this desert, like the huge giant dunes of nothingness, like this. These are, yes.
No, that's just the desert.
Everything is the desert, no? Or this is the desert.
Well, they're in the desert where they can see it. Can I put a bunker? Could they have lived in a bunker when everything hit, when the meteor hit?
Sure, you can say the bunker.
Yes.
Place a bunker.
I'm placing a bunker as we speak.
Yes. Give us
So
a bit like one line on the bunker, just so we know, like, is it totally open now to the winds? Is it abandoned? Is it still something? Just a sentence.
Yes, that's a bunker.
Nice.
That's the exit. Okay.
It looks bunkery.
Yes, that's what I was going for. A sentence about the bunker. It's an old military bunker.
Nice. That's more than enough.
Good.
It's an old military bunker. Can you add something like a star, like a general star or something next to it? So we'll remember it's an old military bunker.
Oh, a military star.
Yeah, military, like, like falafels in the IDF. The things that you put on the, or a medal, I don't know, or a gun, I don't know.
Chevrons, or something like that.
Or chevrons, yes, give chevrons, because of course every military bunker is from SG-1.
No. Corporal bunker.
Aviv, how about you go next?
Okay. If they're living in the desert in a bunker, I think they still need to go out and get some water somewhere.
We are not sure they are living in the bunker currently. Ev didn't say they live there now. Are you saying they live in the bunker?
I'm not saying anything about the bunker. I'm just noticing a desert and assuming there's people living there, they would have to drink.
Okay.
So I'm going to add this surprising stream. No one really understands where it's coming from, but painfully there's always running water.
Go bigger. Sorry? Go bigger. When we do the features in this stage of the game, when we start it, the features are big, they're huge, they're a desert that take like a third of the screen. This river can go as far, as long, as big as you want. Oh wow, that's the Amazon River.
Yes.
It's really, really wide.
It's really wide, but actually not all of it is water. I think maybe it's mostly dried up. So let's give like the borders is. Okay, yeah, there is still some water running in the middle, but the edges are mostly dried up.
Okay, sure. I should note, although we have a big white area, we can always go further, so don't be afraid. I can just increase it, just make it bigger. So don't be afraid. I don't believe, are you still making a desert?
You said to go third of the screen.
That's enough.
I'm making it bigger.
That's enough of a desert. You can go all the way to the top. Like there's still, the river should come from somewhere. You can take it further up. Or end somewhere. I mean, but it can't just start at the middle of the map.
Right. Okay. Do we want to add something that the river is coming from, like as another feature?
Your choice. You can just pull it all the way up, and that's it.
I'll just pull it up then.
Okay. What in a word you want to maybe add about the river, or just the fact that it's really big dry bed is enough for you?
And the fact that as a community, we don't know where its source is.
Okay. Okay. Is it flowing downward or upward?
Both
No, no,
ways.
it's flowing downward, but I mean on the map, is it flowing toward down, the bottom of the map?
Yes,
Okay.
downwards.
Okay, sure. Danny, how about you add something now?
Okay, so the river has water in it, right? It's not a dry river.
Most of the riverbed is dry, but in the middle there is a
Oh,
stream.
okay. Okay. So what I'm
Aviv,
thinking,
how wide is the stream, just so we have it generally?
Um,
Like this
let's
wide,
say that
or
if
In feet.
in I don't know feet, I hardly know centimeters. Let's say if three people were lying like one after the other on the riverbed, they would get from one end to the other, but it's not very
So it's
deep.
about 5 meters across.
Yes.
Okay, Danny, your turn.
okay, so what I'm thinking is that there is or was a settlement adjacent to the river, but its unique characteristic is that, and we don't know why, I suppose, is that it actually, some of the buildings are partially submerged in the riverbed.
Okay.
So it would be, from its territory would be something like this. Does that make sense? And then some of the buildings would be, you know,
Sure, sure. But we are talking about a much bigger scale. I mean, where everything on this map is in kilometers upon kilometers. So a building will be too small for us to see on this map, probably.
that's fine. I'm just, you can, address it however, but
Sure.
just for, was just for illustration purposes. But this is a settlement that has some, oh, something changed. Did you
Yes.
do that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you shrunk it. Okay, I see.
Yes.
So it would have kind of like taller buildings in.
And like we'll take this as the city's limits, what we consider the
Yes.
city's limits. Okay,
that was
excellent.
the point. Yes.
Excellent. Okay, that leaves me with something, and I will add a huge, dark, forbidding mountain range to the north.
You gotta have one of those.
Remind me, is this the place where the river runs to or from?
The river
It
goes
comes
down.
from the north to the south.
From the north. So it comes from the huge, forbidding mountain range. Okay, nice. No problem.
Can I ask Danny about the settlement? Is it like a modern thing or is it ancient, kind of submerged in the river or something?
Seems to be pretty modern.
20th centuries-ish.
Yes.
Okay. About the mountains, I would say the top of the mountains is covered, the peaks are covered by endless storms. All the time, thunders and lightnings and whatever you want. Everything like.
That does explain the river inside in the middle of the desert.
Well, there's a lot more and rains and stuff, probably rain, than the river. I mean, the river is far too shallow and small and tiny and petite. But that is more than enough. We have our thingy, basic thingy. Now we need our second basic thingy. Starting resources. What our community needs, what our community already have. We can say anything, but each of us choose. Yes. Each of us creates a resource. By the fact that we create it, we mark it as important. For example, if we say drinking water, then that's an important resource that our community needs. If we say apples, then that's a specific resource that our community needs. If we say education, for example, again, leadership, females, whatever, we can say any resource that we want, but later we decide only one of them to be in abundance, and all the rest are scarcities. Let's start. Let's do it the other way around. I will start and Avi will be the last. We need tents in order to survive outside in the deserts, in order to allow us to move further and whatever. We need tents. There's no other way to keep ourselves sheltered outside. So tent.
But we have the bunker.
Yes, but when we want to go outside, when we want to venture out, explore, even a 2-day trip is impossible without tents. No tent.
Okay.
I will write tents. No list. That was in Hebrew. Tents. Yes. Danny.
Where are you writing this?
On the top left.
Top?
It.
Oh, I see it.
Maybe
now.
increase the font
How do I
size.
add text?
Yes.
Oh, here we go. I
Increase
found
it
it, yeah.
further. 32.
So 32?
Yes.
So we said we're a religious cult, right? So I'm going to say that a resource is a specific kind of desert rabbit that we sacrifice daily to our deity. So
Sure.
that's a critical resource.
It does a little bit.
So I'm gonna put the text.
Yes.
Over. Oh, it's writing in Hebrew. Oh, no.
Yes, I know. It's like the default on my keyboard.
Overly specific desert rabbits.
Nice. I will make it a little bigger if you don't mind. 32.
Sure.
Yes.
My first time with the UI.
Yes. It's actually quite surprising that you caught all of that without us even telling you how to use the drawing tool or that. Well, I mean, good for you, dude. Good for you. Yes. Aviv.
Yes. So apparently we're sacrificing all our rabbits to some god, but we still need something to eat.
I would say it's
So-
probably the God. I mean, it's probably something to do with Jesus in some way. It's some very, very strange offshoot of Christianity.
Preach.
Not necessarily. You don't know.
Yes, we haven't yet actually said anything about it.
But well, regardless of who we're worshipping,
Still need to
we
eat.
still need to eat. Yeah. So I think they've developed some sort of desert, like a type of cactus. That's a bit. It's as hearty as a normal cactus that we all know that can strive in the desert, but it's better for eating. There's more nutrition in it, or whatever.
And they cultivate it?
Yes,
Or
they have
are
like
they harvesting
cactus
it
farms
from
or
the-
something.
Okay, they have actually farms. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. I think it's called cacti in
Yeah.
the world.
I want to say faith, but it feels like we need something to drink as well.
No.
I
We
mean,
have
the
water.
cacti.
It's not an important resource. We're drinking. Yeah, that's fine. But if we don't put it here, then it's not important to the story.
Okay, then faith. But you gotta have faith. Yeah, that's their anthem.
Nope.
Yep.
No, I vetoed this.
We've said it. No, it's canon.
Add faith. Now, what do we have in abundance out of these 4?
Faith.
I would say overly specific desert rabbits.
Okay, yeah, because
They ate all the.
because they brought some desert rabbits, and apparently rabbits go at it, so they
Like
just,
rabbits.
Yeah.
So we have tons of rabbits.
Yeah. And maybe
But we can't eat
less
them.
So
They're holy.
Danny,
Can't eat them.
because you created the rabbits, you get to draw them on the map somewhere to remark the abundance of rabbits.
Danny is the god.
No.
Well, if Danny created the rabbits,
No.
Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. All right, I'm gonna work on it.
Okay, here's the reference card, and basically we'll be doing that now. Just making sure about the before playing. Preparing the deck,
How
sketching
big or
the
small should I denote the rabbits?
and not too big. It generally marks the place where they are in abundance, or where we go to hunt them, or where we use them, or where we think about them. Something about the map that
Okay.
is inherently important
Maybe they're
rabbit-wise.
underwater rabbits.
Yes, they might be underwater rabbits. Yes,
Aqua rabbit.
yeah,
Aqua desert rabbits.
nice. The fur is all like sticky
Maybe
or
they don't
something.
have fur. Maybe they have scales. Maybe they're rabbits with scales.
Uh,
You don't know.
You like my
yeah.
convincing rabbits?
Okay, because that's the only thing we have in abundance, I will add a plus next to it. Nothing else is in abundance, which means that everything else is needed by us. We need it and we don't have it. Now,
There, I drew
here's
rabbits.
Very
ah,
convincing.
nice. I like it. Okay,
I think they're like mixed with some caterpillar or something. I'm not sure, but
that's fine.
It's desert rabbits. It's not
It's not
normal
a game
rabbits.
about drawing fine, delicate
yeah,
art.
it's
It's okay.
trackpad rabbits.
This is the reference card, and the reference card is you should keep it open because that's the basic everything about the game. These are the rules. This is what we'll be using, and we will begin right now. How about, because Danny, you're the first guy around, the first time player, you'll be the fourth. We'll start with me, Aviv, Ev, and Danny.
Sounds good.
Nice. So let me show you. Let me show you the cards. Here's the autumn deck. There are also winter deck, spring deck, and summer deck. Wait, autumn is not the right one. We're in spring.
Should be fall.
There are four, yes. But I won't show all of them because there's no reason. Whenever we finish a season, we continue to the next one. Then and only then. Can I, like, yeah, here, smaller. Smaller is better. Good. I don't need all the reference cards in my face.
Am I supposed to be seeing this somewhere? Because I don't.
No, you don't. That's fine. In a
Okay,
moment, I'll delete and everything will be fine.
Okay, cool.
Are you seeing the spring at the right side of the map?
I'm seeing. Oh yes, yes.
Nice. Don't touch it. I will in a moment take a card out of it and use it. Each week, this is a new week, the active player, moi, draws a card and interprets it. Follow all the bold instructions. So, here's the first card. I'll draw it over here on the map so we can all see it and make it much, much bigger. Spring. Someone new arrives. Who? Or, two of the community's younger members get into a fight. What provoked them? I get to choose, and I get to say, and that's basically it. And if anything that I say isn't clear enough, or if what I said seems wrong to you in some way, say something, but only in general words and only in questions, like guiding me forward if you can. And if anything that I said is going against the way you see the community advancing, frown at the camera so that everyone understands that you are in the actual game. You actually take tiny small skulls, red skulls that come with the game, and they represent your dissatisfaction with how things are going, and you can theoretically use them to make selfish decisions. But you can make selfish decisions anyway, so it's not really a big part of the rules as far as we understand it. So just frown and maybe make a or something, so we all understand just how bad the decision that I did is in your eyes, although of course you are wrong. So
just do a passive-aggressive British thing.
very passive-aggressive, yes. Like,
Very British game.
Anyway, Hollipop. I will go with two of the community's younger members get into a fight. What provoked them? Well, one of the sentences in our most holy Bible, which is holier, by the way, than the Holy Bible, and is of course very different in very many ways. One of the sentences, one of the idioms, edicts, whatever, something in there, The two of them interpret it in very different ways, and it drove them into a fight about something that is very minor but seemed very important at the time. Something about how when you have to ship, you have to cut the first one's head, and only then you can pet the other one. And only, only if there's no blood in your hand. If there is, you must say 7 blessings or something. And when you read it like that, it's everything fine. But when you read it and, by the, give me a name of something like Kasuto, someone who interprets the Bible in a way.
Ebenezer.
Ebenezer. When you read it by Ebenezer's interpretation of this specific sentence, 7 is not to be read as a number, but as a person named 7, because the S is a capital S. And that, as Ebenezer says, is of course must be interpreted that way. And they got into a horrible fight, and it ended with bruises and everything. And I see it as a way, totally deriving from the lack of faith. When you have to get into the nitty-gritty, tiniest little nitpickiest things in the text, that is because you lost sight of the bigger picture. And
Preach.
so that's it. How about I give names to these two people? Generally, we are supposed to write it on a text index card to the side, but we don't have an index card on this map, so we'll just put it in the map and then move it aside because it's the internet, you can do whatever you want. The first one is called Julie. July. The first one is called July. And she fought with Gregor.
Yeah, Gregor is a very southern US name.
No, his family, or he probably moved from
Gregoria.
or South Gregoria, whatever,
Oh,
and they got into a fight.
Gregor.
Yeah. You know how it is with cults. They draw people from all over the world. So that happened. Now, after we finished with this, I get to do 1 action out of 3. Discover something new, which is a way for me to introduce a new situation, mostly a complication. I mean, we should use it to make things more interesting and draw it onto the map. The second is hold a discussion. I choose a topic, I ask a question, everyone gets to say one thing about it, and that's basically the only way we get to exchange opinions beyond doing the We don't talk about things throughout the game. And the third action is to start a project. I state something that the community is starting, and I say how long I think it's going to take, between 1 to 6 weeks. Every week, of course, is a turn. So if I say a project takes 1 turn, on Aviv's turn, in a second, it'll be over. And we, as a group, we decide how long it takes. Like if I say, dig, I don't know, reduce all of the mountains to rubble, that will probably take more than 6 weeks. And but you know, we can claim whatever we want. That's it. I will discover something new. In the city, in the ruins of the city, our scouts have noticed the sound of rumbling engines echoing between the streets, although no one knows where it comes from. It sounds like a coughing, chugging sort of diesel engine or something like that. And I now have to draw it onto the map. Here, there it is. This is, of course, a meeple, but no, I was going for I was going for a cog. This is a cog.
Sure.
This is, of course,
A
yes,
bed.
smoke rising
Smoke.
from the cog.
Yes.
Show that it's a sort of an
Absolutely.
engine. And I'll
Yes.
make it all smaller because that's what bit too big. And this is going very well for me so far.
Yeah, we definitely need to investigate that.
I think you should. I mean, that looks very intimidating.
Yeah.
That was my turn. Aviv, it's your turn. Can you draw a card for yourself, or should I draw one for you? I don't know how it works.
Let's see. I think I can.
Try one.
I draw one card. Draw.
You don't actually need to draw it. You can just click on it and drag it to the middle.
Ah, okay, cool. Good to know. Okay. There
It's
it
so
is.
tiny.
It's really
Yeah.
small.
Make
How
it
to
a
make
lot
it bigger?
bigger, just as you do with everything else. Click on it and drag the edges.
The blue thing.
Oh, maybe you can't do that. Oh, you can't do that because you're not the GM.
I don't think I
I'm
can.
the GM. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not the GM. Oh, there we go.
So
Maybe you should just draw
Okay.
for everyone.
I will draw for everyone, Ev.
Perfect.
Nice.
Okay, so my two questions. Are there children in the community? If there are, what is their role in the community? Or how old are the eldest members of the community and what special needs do they have? Interesting. I'm going to go with the
I mean,
children.
we know we have children already.
Hey, they're not
Yes,
children.
they were fighting, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
they were fighting, yes. They were youngsters.
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 Yeah, no, I think clearly, I mean, not clearly, but I think this is referring to actual young children who are even too young to discuss the scripture.
There's no such thing.
How dare you?
Too young to discuss the scripture. Blasphemy.
Praise be, praise be.
So, given the abundance of rabbits and how fluffy they are, especially this type of desert rabbit, I think the children are going to be in charge of taking care of them, feeding them, making sure they don't become even more overabundant than they are now. So basically disturbing them while doing their naughties, because we don't support that kind of behavior, really.
You should draw it onto the map, probably next to the rabbits. A little child maybe petting it or something.
So we're saying the desert rabbits are more fluffy than regular rabbits? Even though they're in the desert, and by that logic they should be fluffy less.
Their fur is not as thick as rabbit we know, or yes, the fur is not as thick,
Okay.
but it's kind of, it stands up in a way that makes them like big fluff balls, so that there's more area for the body heat to evaporate.
That
through
sounds
it.
very scientific.
Very scientific.
Yeah, it's all
The
about
science is there.
I think I will add
I'm
a scarcity
totally on board.
science. We clearly have no science. Yes.
Yeah, that's
We
right.
have enough faith, we don't need science.
Are we done with the card then? Yes,
We are done with the card. I'm going to just put little children playing with rabbits, clearly scaring them off whatever they were going to do.
Is he
And,
kicking a rabbit?
No.
No,
he's
it's
jumping.
frolicking about.
Oh, okay, sure.
Are you not familiar with rabbit punting? It's a well-known sport.
Rabbit punching?
Punting.
Punting.
Oh.
Action.
I've been doing it wrong.
Discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project.
Okay, I think I'm going to start a project.
Well, we do have some scarcities.
Yes, exactly. It's very nice that we have loads of rabbit, but we have very little to eat. So I think we're going to start some sort of irrigation system, trying to drag water from whatever left in the river, and try to bring it around to a patch of land that we can grow some cacti on, or maybe even different things. It's crazy, but I think we can do it.
A different type of cactus?
Either a different type of cactus or some sort of vegetable that's a bit heartier and can endure the desert dryness. Although there's not a lot of dryness now that the storms are all raging up in the mountains. And what's up with that, really?
Well, nobody goes to investigate it, so we don't really know, do we?
We'll wait for your turn.
Ain't gonna happen.
So I think it should take about, let's say, 3 weeks for planning and building a working prototype, at least, like, to make sure that it's even a plausible idea.
Wait, so you're thinking about 3 weeks just to plan it, not to actually dig the irrigation?
No, to plan and to dig, just not like acres of land of irrigation, just like a small patch
Like a proof of
just
concept.
making sure we can work.
Draw it on the map.
Exactly.
What would we plant there? I mean, do we have like seeds?
Keep it for your discussion. No
No, but I
discussion.
mean that's
She
I
only
don't.
digs.
I think we're not allowed to ask questions.
She only makes the irrigation itself. Oh my god, this is irrigation dozens of kilometers long, yes? The map is
So
huge.
wait,
This is
maybe
not like 100 meter. This is a huge map.
Okay, can I erase it in any way?
Yes, sure, of course. Just click on it and then you
and
delete it
delete
with
it.
delete, yes.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, allow me to frown greatly upon this.
Upon the project
I
as a
frown
whole.
as well then.
Yes.
I'm okay with it, to be honest.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So this looks like a canal, not like irrigation.
Well, science is scarce, so it's basically drawing water from the river to water our plants. That's all I can give you.
Sure, no problem at all. And you say it's going to take 3 weeks.
Yep.
Well, I was hoping
Should
to
I
make
write
it...
that down somewhere?
Yeah, next to it, just write 3. I was hoping to make it into a token, but apparently I can't do it for some reason. I remember that I could, and if I make it into a token, I can use it in various interesting ways and put like a bar on it. That bar can go shocked or stuff like this, but Roll20 is really cool.
Oh,
but
we can
I-
have a bar later. Sure.
Yes, nice.
Mechanics.
That was your turn.
Can we talk about maybe it's gonna take longer than 3 weeks?
Yes, we can
or-
suggest how long it's going to take, although for me 3 weeks it seems plausible. If she only wants to dig a canal taking water and it's about this long, 3 weeks looks possible, I think.
So we're assuming we have other seeds to plant there. So that project doesn't
Ah.
include looking for things to plant.
We haven't
She's
said...
just making the canal.
Yeah,
system,
we
not
haven't said
actually
there are
planting
seeds
anything.
and we haven't said there aren't seeds. On your turn, you are more than willing to say either of these.
So we're just digging the canal. That's all we're doing.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Let us go with your turn, and your card is... There's a large body of water on the map. Where is it? What does it look
Sudori.
like? Or there's a giant man-made structure on the map. Where is it? Why is it abandoned?
And why does it only have 4 fingers?
Okay, I won't go with the large body of water because we see it on the map and it's not interesting. Giant man-made structure on the map. Where is it and why is it abandoned? Okay, I'll go with kind of a mill. I'm not sure if it's a water mill or I'm not sure how you actually call it, but like just where the river meets the mountain.
Where the river meets the mountain.
Yeah. So there's like a mill that maybe it's very old. Maybe it was used to create like, to grind flour or something.
Oh, 18th century old.
Yeah, maybe.
17th century old. Droid on the map.
But they have some of those in modern times as well in some communities.
Yes, there are.
So
It's authentic.
yeah, it's retro. Drawing it on the map.
Probably the hipsters drove everyone off.
From the mill?
Yeah, it's retro and cool, so
Ah, yes.
probably attracted a lot of hipsters.
This looks... Yes, this is the mill. I'm convinced. Why is it abandoned?
because technology advanced and we don't need that kind of.
So it's really an old mill.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, it hasn't been used in a long time. But as far as we know, yeah, it
Okay.
used to be. Yep.
No problem. Action. Discover something new. Hold a discussion or start a project.
Okay, I'm going to start a project to erect a new shrine for our God, because I feel that we're lacking faith, and we're wasting our time with food and
This is very right. This is very
disturbing
right.
rabbits from having, the intercourse that God intended them to have. Yeah, so I feel like we're not doing it right. Can I draw on the map where I want to make it?
Yep. Where is the shrine going to stand? Of course, before you do that, we actually reduce all counters by 1, so now it's only 2 weeks for the canal.
Okay. Yes.
When it reaches 0, at that moment, the player who created the project describes how it ended, how it finished. It can be however they like. Where's the shrine? Where are you drawing the shrine?
oh, I see it.
Oh, hello, yes.
Oh my.
Yes, that looks a bit weird, but
Is it a person? Are you drawing a person?
no, it's sort of like a cross. I'm not Christian. That's fine. Don't blame me.
It looks like a mushroom cloud.
Mushroom cloud with a cross on it.
The
Mushroom
idea
cross?
is that if you look at it from the bunker, you see the lightning, the storms behind it, so it gives it the extra pizzazz.
Pizzazz, I like it.
Yes,
Nice.
it's 6 weeks at least.
6 weeks at least.
If that's
I
the
agree.
maximum, then yeah.
That's a big thing. We're going to
Well,
use
we're gonna do
everything we
only
can.
that. We don't care about anything else. We don't need
So
food
true.
or anything.
So true. You preach it. So true. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay, nice. Play 6 weeks next week. You can, by the way, just copy and paste Aviv's 2 weeks if you want to, and then change it.
Yeah, too late now.
Oh my God. Okay, Danny, it's your turn.
Yo. So are you clicking for me?
Yep, we are still in spring. Spring is the season of renewal and building, so most of the questions are about new things. Spring,
Okay.
what important and basic tools does the community lack? Or where are you storing your food? Why is this a risky place to store things? I love these sort of questions.
So Aviv, your project is now 1 week, right?
In a second, it'll be 1 week, yes.
Oh.
After Danny finishes his answer, then we reduce counters by 1.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm gonna go for the first one. What important and basic tools does the community lack? And I'm going to say that we have we are really lacking in any means of actually doing farming. We have been reliant on just like having the cacti grow around us naturally, but this is becoming now a problem. And with farming projects that we're trying to make, we haven't come from anywhere that had farming tools, so we don't have them with us. There might be some in the city, but we don't know because we haven't mapped it out properly yet. But we don't have any way of sowing the land, of doing proper irrigation, digging stuff up. All of that is very lacking.
I added the scarcity. We are lacking farming tools.
Yes.
As you said. Okay, now all counters go down by 1, and an action. Discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project.
So I have a question. What's the value of having a discussion? What does that look like?
For example, if you want to see if you agree with this farming endeavor that Aviv sort of started and you're sort of continuing with, you can start a discussion and ask something like, should we focus on surviving, or will our faith carry us forward? That's an interesting question, because then we can get to see what each of us say, and then we know where each of us are going to push things.
Okay. So
Or you can, or exactly the opposite of this, you can ask something completely different and then by that make it important. Like, what are we going to do about the endless storms about the mountain? Or what do we all think the storms mean?
okay. So I'm going to make this analogous to my actual life and say that we're going to do more talking in the winter when weather sucks. And for now, I'm going to discover something new.
Sure.
And that something is going to be a partially, well, I'm going to give the backstory for it. So the kids that are watching the rabbits kind of strayed a bit too far off one time and
Aw.
came upon what seemed to be a partially caved in but very large structure, slightly to the south of where they raise the rabbits. It seems to be very large and looks like it used to house something in bulk, but we don't know what. The sign has been completely worn out. There's only like a few letters like A, D, and L, and you have no idea what that means. But they came back and said, hey, it looks like there's something very big and it may contain something interesting.
So what did they discover? A building?
Yes, a huge partially caved in structure that they couldn't get into because it looked like it was blocked. And
We
it
should
had,
get something beyond that because we have a whole town to the south of us filled with buildings. What makes this building different? Why is this an important discovery?
because it looks like there were a lot of trucks parked directly outside of it. So it looks like it was a hub for transferring some kind of goods in mass. And it appears like it was abandoned in haste. So there might still be a lot of stuff directly there. And sort of saving us the need to go into the city
Draw it on the
to
map.
get some good stuff. Right. So I'm going to draw it.
Where is it?
Hold on, I haven't started yet. It's going to be
It's gonna
here.
appear any minute now.
And it's like, I'm doing it like this because it's partially destroyed, but it's here.
And draw like a little truck next to it. You said there are trucks.
A lot of trucks,
A
yeah.
lot
You're
of trucks.
very-
one truck
very
would be
correct.
enough, but you can.
Hold on. It's a work in progress.
Yeah, of course.
Art
That's
doesn't
fine.
just happen, guys.
I will continue. You see a good omen. What is it? Or you see a bad omen. What is it? Oh, I see a very bad omen. From on the mountains, there are torches gathering. I will draw
On the mountain?
on the mountains. On the mountain, not on the mountain tops, on the lands rolling down from the mountain. There are torches gathering. I will draw torch as torch. As torch. And just to make sure that everyone is aware that it is actually a torch, here is the fire. Too yellow. Never mind.
Yeah, I put some lightning bolts there, but you don't really see them because they're
Yeah,
yellow.
because it's too yellow. That's fine. I will
The
actually
trucks
I
kind of
will
look
actually
like
hold
rabbits.
discussion now as a. Oh wait. We totally forgot about reducing stuff. Let's reduce stuff.
So the irrigation project
Yes,
is
the
complete.
irrigation project is finished. Aviv, how was it finished?
Okay, so we did find that we can transfer water from the river into our farming lands, and it works quite well. The ground soaks up the water quite nicely. However, we discovered that we know next to nothing about farming. The very few seeds or vegetables that we did have, we just didn't really know how to sow them properly.
Just throw them in the river. Is that not how it works? Just throw them and hope something grows.
You don't have to hope.
We just thought we
You have
need.
faith.
Yeah, we as far as we know, farming works that you take a vegetable, you want to have more of it, you
Yes.
put it in with groundwater and sun, and then God does
Yep.
the rest.
Yes.
Apparently, you need something else. We're not quite sure what that something
More
else is,
faith.
but at least the water and ground part, we've got it nailed. So once we get the whole, farming bit out of the way, we're going to be like really good at it. It's going to be amazing.
Maybe it just needs more rabbits.
Yeah.
I think that'll solve it.
That could be
Just
it.
more
Yeah.
rabbits.
Excellent. On my turn, then I'm going to hold discussion. And my question is this. In your opinion, what is the most important edict of our faith in these troublesome times? Aviv, Ev, Danny, and then I says the last word.
The most important one. I believe it is do unto others as you would have them do unto you, especially in these trying times. I believe it's important for us to stay one as a community, not to turn on each other, try to agree on projects and work on them together, and just support one another, not stab each other in the back just to try to achieve whatever goals we think are the right ones.
Okay. Then if you have something, go ahead. I'm still thinking about it.
I think the most important part is well, just blindly having faith that everything's going to be okay because God said so. That we have absolutely no reason to believe that anything will possibly go wrong, because that's not fair. I think, yeah, that's the best part of it. Just believe in God and everything's going to be cool.
Okay. I want to throw in a bit of the chosen people in here as well. Since we are the chosen people, and obviously we were left here for a reason. I guess it kind of connects a bit to what Danny said, but it's, we're his children. So, I mean, yeah, don't do unto others what you don't want done unto you, but then again, you are better than everyone else. So,
Okay. The end times have come and gone, and we are in the aftermath of creation. We are the only sole hope remaining for ourselves. The world is gone, and everything and everyone in it are soulless husks. We are here to be the last beacon on a lifeless planet for the glory of our God, and we will die in his name and join him like the last guardian, closing the door, making sure that none will enter behind us.
Dark.
okay.
Next turn, Aviv, it's your turn, and you get
Let's see.
this.
Ooh.
Go for it.
A charismatic young girl convinces many to help her with an elaborate scheme. What is it and who joins her? Interesting. Or a charismatic young girl tries to tempt many into sinful or dangerous activity. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I should note, you get to start a project above and beyond anything you're going to do in your action. If you choose the first thing, yes.
That's cool.
I'm choosing the second thing.
So why does she do this, and how does the community respond?
I'm trying to remember, what did Julie say in the very first fight that they had?
One of either
Oh, it was
7
about
is with
sheep.
an S or 7 as a number.
Okay. Well, she's busy with that. No, it's a different
They're still fighting like
charismatic young
5
girl.
weeks after.
No, dude, in 5 weeks.
That's Emma. Emma is the daughter of. I don't really know what they do in this community. She's actually she's getting into farming. She thinks she knows what it's about, and she thinks it's time, actually, to go out, to head up north, to go into the mountains, and search for.
Why is that sinful or dangerous?
Oh, it's clearly dangerous. I mean, look up at the mountains, and people from the community they see the storms and thunder and lightning as clear
People with
signs that
torches.
God doesn't want us to
Yeah,
go
and the
that way.
torches.
There are people with torches coming down to us as well.
Exactly. There are people coming down from the mountains. We should meet them. We should go there. We should find out what they have to teach us. She actually believes this. She's not trying to derail people from their faith or anything like that, but she believes that if we want to survive as a community, as God's chosen people, we need to do something about our situation, and maybe that thing is to expand our knowledge of how to survive in the desert, meet these strangers, exchange information, exchange knowledge, and
how does the community respond?
they don't love it. It looks like the community is quite, at least like 50% of the community think that you should stay here and have faith that God knows what He's doing. And the shrine isn't ready yet, but there is a small, like a small prison kind of, where they put people who haven't been behaving.
So they put her in prison.
So that's why they put her in prison, just so she can, because it seems like she is enticing at least the younger people in the community, and we don't want to have anything like that. So until she quiets down, put her there.
Counters go down by a week, and you choose an action.
I choose an action. Okay. I'm thinking maybe some of the younger people have heard her and are going to have a small expedition to the north of their own. So it's just like it's 5 people, teenagers to 20 years old, just heading up north, and they would
I'm
take
not sure
about...
that's a project. And I'm not sure that's something new as well. Project is something that the community is starting. 5 people by themselves is not really a community. You can say loud voices in community are claiming we should go forth to the north and are arranging some sort of envoy to the people of the mountain, whatever, but not 5 people.
Okay, so can the project be trying to get the community to agree to go to the mountains, or to see the mountains as a viable option? Like a political campaign sort of thing?
Or is that a discussion?
I guess it's still those people. Okay, let's hold a discussion instead.
Okay. What's the question?
Wait, but then, sorry, but if we do hold a discussion, you want to go north anyway, so if you hold a discussion and we decide to go north, if you still can't do it as a project, then
how do you do it?
No, but at least we know in future that the community is interested in exploring the mountains.
And then the project is just the entire community, or?
If you want to say, you can just say, we start a project, there are enough people in the community that think this is important. This is happening.
Okay.
Just not 5. You just can't say it's 5 people. You say, there are enough. It's something that we are starting.
That's fair, but I don't know that there are enough, which is why I want to have a discussion about it.
Sure thing.
So, do you think, basically, do you think we should head up to the mountains to explore what's there?
Who's starting?
We'll go Ev, Danny, me, and Aviv finishes this.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should. At least, there are people coming down with torches, so they could be enemies, in which case, we need to kill them before they kill us. So, hey-ho, let's kill them.
Going up to lightning, fire, and unknown people in unknown terrain. I'm gonna say I'm against it. I think if the people are bad and we we know where a bunker is, we might have better chances of surviving in the bunker.
Hard pass on that one.
We must go north and eliminate these demons before they come and destroy our icon for the god. Why have they suddenly appeared a week after we started the building? This shrine of forgivenessness. They must be hell sent, hell bent, hell anything. They are demons.
Demon spawns.
We must go there, armed and ready.
I am convinced.
So it's kind of a shame they threw Emma in prison.
Well, it did start a conversation.
We are a
Aviv,
reactionary
We're
people.
talking about it.
we
so
are
it's like-
reactionary, yes. Viv,
I agree. I think we should head up to the mountains. I don't know that these new people are evil and we should destroy them immediately. So maybe let's not go up there with torches and
Pitchforks.
pitchforks over. I know we don't have pitchforks, clearly.
We have no farming tools.
We might
yeah.
have guns in the bunker.
But maybe we should start this expedition peacefully, just as a thought. But it's good to know that we're all in the same general direction.
North.
okay. We'll
Okay.
continue with Ev's turn.
Oh, still
Very
space.
small. Okay. What's the most beautiful? You say it.
What's the most beautiful thing in this area? Or what's the most hideous thing in this area? I don't want to say the most beautiful thing is the shrine, because that's obvious. I mean, everybody knows that.
That works actually if you want to.
It's not even finished yet.
And it's still the most beautiful thing.
Still,
And
maybe
can you
look at
imagine
it.
how beautiful it would be when it's done?
Yeah.
Does it have to be like something new, or can it be
No.
anything that's
Anything. You can claim that something that already is the most hideous or the most beautiful, but just explain why.
okay? Then I'll continue what we've already said. The most hideous thing is the mountaintops, mainly because it looks just like what our scripture says the end of the world and hell and the gates to hell look like. So basically, whenever you look at it, it kind of reminds you of the omnipotence of God and why we should all fear him. Or her.
Or her. Yes, okay, ouch. Very ouch.
Because it's yours? I didn't mean it, I'm sorry.
Reduce. What? Yeah. Reduce counters and choose an action.
My project would be an armed expedition to the north.
Nice.
Emphasis on armed.
Yes.
We have weapons, some weapons
We didn't
in
say
the
we
bunker.
don't have weapons, and it is a military bunker.
Yeah, I mean, we never use them because we don't want to shoot the rabbits, because we don't want to have them taste like lead.
Yes.
And we don't wanna
also,
shoot-
too fluffy. Too fluffy. It's like
Yeah,
armor.
and we don't want to shoot the cactus because
Yes. Too fluffy.
That would be
And-
silly.
too fluffy.
Draw something on the map to represent this.
Yeah.
What
This
is it? Expedition.
Expedition.
Armed expedition to the north. And how long is it going to take? No more than 2 weeks, I would say.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what we're gonna do. But if it's just like to meet them basically and then decide, then yeah, 2 weeks sounds
Sounds
good
doable.
enough.
Yeah.
Sounds doable.
Well, we don't have tents, so
We don't need tents. Where we're going, we
living
don't need
outside
tents.
is very hard in the desert.
We're nourished by our faith.
But we don't have faith.
We don't have faith.
We're gonna have faith.
We're nourished by
soon.
cactus. Oh, we don't have cactus
Okay.
either.
Okay, and where are you drawing all this? I don't see anything. Ah, here it comes. Here it comes. Nice. While you draw this, we'll continue with Danny. Um, there you go. Please read it out loud.
Okay, so what group has the highest status in the community? What must people do to gain inclusion in this group? Or are there distinct family units in the community? If so, what family structures are common? Okay, well, that's a good one. I am going to go with the first one. I'm going to say that we are somewhat divided into groups, and that unsurprisingly, there is a like a clerical caste that is that has the highest status in the community, and they don't share what needs to be done in order to gain inclusion. They have secretive rights and observations over time, and if and when they decide that somebody is worthy of inclusion, they summon them to.
So we don't
kind of
know what people need to do to gain inclusion.
We don't know what they need to do. We only know that once somebody is chosen,
Yes.
they get summoned to a kind of a rite of passage, the contents of which is also kept as a highly guarded secret.
No problem at all. Let's reduce counters by 1 and action. What do you do?
Ooh, what do I do?
What do you do?
What do I do?
What do you do?
You need to, Eran, you need to
It's
reduce
mine, yes.
the expedition one as well.
1 weeks. If you are unsure, starting a project to try and elevate one of the scarcities is one of the go-to.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So that's a very good idea. So I'm going to. How do I do? Okay, so I'm going to start a project to use some of the leftover provisions we have in the bunker to try and make tents. Some, like Utah bags and stuff that we found spread around the bunkers and try to get us some more supplies. I think that should only take like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I agree.
To get us a decent amount of tents.
I agree. Draw tents or something and put 2 weeks next to it.
I will do that. All right.
We're starting the final round of spring with this card. There is a disquieting legend about this place. What is it? Or alarming weather patterns destroy something. How and what? An unusual storm comes down from the mountains, rolling, and oh yeah, I know. The water rises in the river for like a week. There's a flood. It is a desert. There's a giant, horrible flood, and our canals just can't support this. They collapse on themselves and are destroyed. You know what? I'll keep them on the map. I'll just make sure they are destroyed. Here are the canals. And they are muddy and collapsing and full of water and for like a week. No canals. There you go. Aviv, you don't frown? Nothing?
I'm frowning on the
She was
inside.
shocked.
Okay. Okay, nice. Everything goes down by a week, which means... Let's see. Ev, you start with your giant, huge, amazing shrine. How does it end?
Beautifully so. It's magnificent. It's the most beautiful shrine you have ever seen in your entire life.
So it works. It's great. It's big.
It's great. It's big. You see, just as the clerics, the high priests imagined, you see, the lightnings above it. So, and if you stand just at its feet and you like pray, you hear all of the the rumbling thunders behind it, and it's really awe-inspiring.
Would you say that's no longer any crisis of faith?
Definitely.
That was enough to, yes?
Everyone's a true believer now.
There's an abundance of faith.
Oh, you're putting an actual
Yeah, I put an actual
That-
plus.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
a cross. We call it a cross,
Cross.
not a
Yes, we got
plus.
the cross over here. Yes.
An equal cross.
Yes.
Plus cross.
And actually, that expedition has ended as well.
Yes. So now decide what's happening with that. How
Do
did
I
it
have to?
end? Yes. You started it. You get to decide. How does it end? You can say no one comes back. That's fine. That can go as well. Whatever you want.
That's not fine.
They come back bearing gifts, and they are all Greek or something. You can whatever you want.
Okay. Let's say that only. I mean, it was an expedition of. How many people did you say we have in our community?
60 to 80?
Oh, so not a lot.
No. So if you say like 10 people, 7 people, that's doable, but it's also like 10% of our community.
So let's say about 7 people went there, about 10%, and only 2 people came back. And they're saying those people are great. They want to help us. They have lots of food. They saw a new shrine. They think it's amazing. And yeah, if we can just give them some tents, some rabbit, and some cacti, they would be happy to help us and give us some stuff back.
But only 2
Where did the
came back.
5 people go?
Yeah.
They
Where's the
just
rest
don't
of the
explain this.
people?
They just don't say anything about it.
And they said the other 5 just wanted to stay with that group because they had
So
such
amazing.
a great time.
That's nice. I never think about
And
this.
obviously, I mean, a lot of the community are very suspicious, but some of them are, well, they have been living in the desert for a while, so some of them are kind of like desperate. So, when those people say something like that, they're like, oh, great, that's fine. Finally, we have, a new hope, if you would.
Okay. It's my turn, right? And I get to do an action. I will start a project.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be digging into our bunker to try and find military-grade weapons, something better than like an M16 or something. I'm talking about like tanks and cannons and stuff like that. I mean about fortifying.
Bazookas.
You know what? I'll go with fortifying the bunker against invasion. That will be my project. It's going to take, let's say, 4 weeks. Do you agree with 4 weeks?
Really? I'd say a lot less. I mean, it is a military bunker anyway.
But we need to actually take everything out, and then we need to build the barricades, and we need to arm stuff and make sure logistically that we can support the cannons and stuff like that.
We have cannons, all right?
Oh, yes.
By the way,
Yes,
shouldn't we
we do.
lower the count on the tents to 1 week?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
this is happening as well.
I think I still think it's only like 3 weeks. I wouldn't say 4. But if it depends on the amount of firepower you want, I guess.
All the firepower.
So 4, yeah. All right.
Weak. Nice. It's my turn. Aviv, we will continue with you, and this is your card.
Wait, did you take a card?
Yes. Didn't I? I did.
Did you?
Yeah, you had the storms
Yeah, the
coming
storm,
and
yeah.
destroying everything I built.
Exactly right.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay, a young boy starts digging in the ground to discover something unexpected. What is it? Or an old man confesses to past crimes and atrocities. What has he done? Atrocities are interesting, but we need things from the ground. So a young boy starts digging in the ground towards the south end of our community, quite close to where the city lies. And I think he finds a treasure trove of, like, when the apocalypse was starting, like, people were getting the sense that something was wrong, that maybe the Germans were attacking or something. I don't know.
Of course, it's Germans.
The Germans are
Yeah.
coming.
Germans.
The
A
Germans
big
are coming.
problem in southern U.S.
It happens. And it hasn't happened before, but it can happen. Well, the dinosaurs are coming, so you don't know.
As scripture tells us to be wary of the German.
Yes, specifically the Germans.
Preach.
He digs in the ground and he discovers a sealed container full of small plastic bags of what appears to be various kinds of seeds.
You really want food, don't you?
She really wants them
Yes,
seeds.
you know me. I want food.
Would you say this elevates
clearly-
the farming tools scarcity, or is that not enough?
I think that there's even more than just seeds. Maybe there's even descriptions of what they are. Maybe there's even descriptions of like best conditions to grow them, stuff like that. So I would say it increases
So
the
it's like
farming
growing
tools.
food 101.
So we don't have a scarcity
Basically.
of farming tools. Okay, no problem at all. Let's reduce all counters. Tents. What's with the tent situation? We've just finished it.
So we made 5 largish but very ugly tents that looked like they were made from like camouflage fabric. But they'll do, and they actually fit very nice in the desert. So they're going to be actually pretty good to hide people if we need them to, and also give shelter. So we have 5 tents.
Can you please add 2 tents and make them camouflagey?
Yes.
So just delete them.
Yes to the part.
No. You can zoom in if you want. With on the upper right corner, there's the zoom in thingy, and you can like
Yep, I do
zoom in
that.
a
Or
lot.
the
and
magnifying
make them-
glass on the left.
Also, yes,
Yeah.
but that's like only the weak go with the magnifying glass. The strong
How
will
do I make
never use
them
it.
stealthy?
Add desert on them. I don't know. It's your problem, not mine.
Glasses and a mustache.
Aviv, actions.
Okay. Well, after the boy returns with the amazing things from the south, I think we decide we finally need to check this city out, because I know there's scary voices, scary noises coming from there. But it's there. There's buildings there. There must be useful stuff. So we're doing another expedition, but this time to the south. And oh, that's the sound of the city.
No, that's the sound
The
of
city is
me
frowning upon
disagreeing.
you.
Yes, I frown.
See, okay, well that's your problem.
We have a lot of taps. Am I the only one hearing that?
I think it's Danny drawing the tents.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's a trackpad, my bad.
That's why it's worth it if it's that. Oh, there are
There we go.
camouflage. How to see
Camouflage
them.
now.
Nice. Okay, draw the project. How long is this going to take? Exploring
I
the
think
city
it's go-
seems like a huge project. It's a big city. Half of it is submerged.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to go to the submerged part, but at least the city itself.
Is it like? Because, I mean, do we need, Eran, it's a question for you really. Do we need to take into account how many people we have?
No, we're going to claim the when there's a project, there are enough people to try and make it, considering the size of the city as far as we know it, and yes, how many people we have that are available for this. Like, we are working on other projects, for example.
Yeah.
And we
Not
have 5
all of
less
the-
people that came back.
Yes, and not everyone in the community is able-bodied and able to go all the way to the south and do all of that without... I mean, probably only like 10 people maybe we can send there, and it's a big city, and if we want to explore it and salvage things, I would claim it's going to take a lot of time. Probably even maybe dissect it into several projects. That's how the game suggests we do if there's something too big.
Yeah.
Like scouting to find something usable and then retrieve the something that we found. 2 different projects.
We can go
Yeah,
scout
that makes
the
sense.
place with the engine.
Yeah, we do have a specific place there.
I think we can, like, within 4 weeks, do a proper scout of the place, not salvage anything, not really dig too deep into anything, just know what's going on and what sort of things we might be able to find out.
Agreed.
And actually, we might not have to send all of our able-bodied people, because if you're not salvaging, I think if it's just for looking and,
Yes,
and
yes,
scouting.
yes. Only the sick and lame.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yes, obviously. Okay, no problem. Ev, it's your turn. Spring.
Spring has sprung.
Spring has sprung. Exactly.
Okay. Where does everyone sleep? Who is unhappy with this arrangement and why? Or what natural predators roam this area? Are you safe?
Are you secret? Are you safe?
Okay. Where does everyone sleep? It's basically kind of expanding on what Danny said the previous round. We have the high priests, which sleep in their own room, which is like basically the bunker is only like 2 or 3 rooms, and each of them are pretty big. And the high priests, I think there are only like 3 of them, and they're 3. Well, it's 1 old man and 2 old women, and all 3 of them just sleep in this one big, fully furnished room. And then the other 70 or so people sleep in the other 2 rooms. And obviously, except for those 3 people, nobody's really happy with that. Why, I think, is pretty obvious. I mean, some of them do have obviously respect for the high priests, and they know they need their own space for prayers and ceremonies or whatever. But they still think they could make an effort and share the space with everyone else in the community, and not have them cram up into like small places.
Please draw a well-furnished room.
Nope.
Yep.
Not gonna do that.
Yes.
Nope. It's in the bunker, but you don't see it because it's underground.
Covered.
Everything goes down by a week. Counters go down. 3. There we go. Am I missing something? No, I am not. Action.
Discover something new. Okay. Discover something new. The kids, which are next to the rabbits, and basically all the community members that are just like walking around and maybe going next to the river to just, I don't know, have fun. Start seeing a lot of flotsam. I'm not sure how we called it. Just like boards, wood boards and stuff like that, floating down the river.
It looks like great big brown boxes.
Yes, that's what wooden.
Or like the river is pooing.
So it's like, or Pooing River. So it's like half logs and sticks and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, it's also like actual wood, like from furniture. I mean, it's not just.
Oh, okay.
Not just logs. I'm not sure how you call it. It's processed wood. I mean, it kind of looks like the one in the mill, the flour mill on the top, on the north. But that mill is still standing. So it's not that the mill just collapsed into the river.
Yes.
That's still standing, but they still see a lot of stuff floating down south.
No problem. And this is the end of spring. It's time to move into summer. Summer is the season of
Love.
Dying.
harvest and the
Harvest.
height of our power before the
Oh, good.
autumn.
We can
will
harvest
start to
everything
decline.
we planted.
Sort of, yes. We are, however, about an hour and 20 minutes in. This is going slower than I thought it will. Then I suggest we go faster. Quicker. Everyone answer and then continue on. Let us continue on with Danny. Here's your summer.
Okay. introduce a mystery at the edge of the map, or an unattended situation becomes problematic and scary. What is it? How does it go awry?
Attendant can be regarding one of the scarcities. We only have one scarcity now, by the way, quite amazingly, the edible cacti.
Yeah, that's true. I am going to introduce a mystery, and the mystery is that the torches that we saw coming down from us with the edge of the map, which is the mountains, the northern edge, they have stopped, and we see a significantly larger amount of lights now flickering in the northern horizon, as in it looks like there are a lot more things happening there than we are aware of.
But not torches. Lights that are not torches?
No, they look like fixed lights.
Ah, fixed lights. Okay, please draw that.
Actually,
Draw-
kind of sounds like the second thing on the card as well, because it was an unattended situation.
Yes, going.
It's kind of like
The
yes.
both of
best
them,
of both
yeah.
worlds.
Yes.
Um,
Or the
Please draw
worst of both.
something to show us that there are no longer torches and there are now lights.
okay, so
Full lights!
we're starting to see in the distance 6.
This goes down by 1 week. This goes down by one week, so it goes down to 2. And you get to do an action. Discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project.
I'm gonna hold a discussion. What the gosh darn heck do you think happened to our people that went up and did not come down?
Eran, you're starting?
Yes, I just want to do a sign of no. They were taken by the demons, as well as the 2 that did come back. They are hollow husks and must be ejected from our community. For the words are lies, full of lies, and are lying to us. That's it.
I think it's the Green Cross, which is a separate cult that used to live to the north of us before this whole thing happened and we lost sight of them. Now they must be going back in power, and they're trying to either kidnap or recruit our people to their stupid, ridiculous faith.
I kind of think basically similar to Aviv. I mean, I think it's a different group. I'm not sure if it's a Green Cross or anything else. But yeah, it's a group that saw that been keeping track on us, and it's just trying to. It's gonna pick us off one by one. It's gonna steal all of our resources, and it's gonna take everything we have and leave us to die. Full stop.
So yeah, I think everything is awful and terrible, and that they have done something awful to our people, and we need to prepare to go in the offensive, and that's why I raised this discussion. I think as a community, we need to prepare to shuffle on out, and yeah, because they're getting ready to do something bad.
This is the first time I think I've ever seen a discussion where everyone agreed and no one had to take a Red Skull.
Yeah, but then again, we all agreed, but we've been thinking that for like 4 weeks now, and nobody done anything about it. Oh, the next guy will take care of it. That's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna do my own thing now.
Okay, my turn. You
I'll be
discover a
back in
cache.
half a minute, sorry.
Sure, no problem. You discover a cache of supplies or resources, add a new abundance, or a scarcity has gone unattended for too long. Start a project that will elevate that scarcity. Well,
The
here it
cacti
comes.
has been gone
Here it
unaddressed.
comes. The cacti has gone undressed. We will start eating our
Children,
no,
old
worse, rabbits. We'll
What?
start eating
Why
the
would-
rabbits.
I prefer eating our old and lame.
Only the remains of the sacrifices after we burn them. But like they did in the Holy Temple of Jerusalem,
Yes.
they eat it after. Of course, the priest will eat first, and then we will eat the remains. But this is a new project. I will call it. It's in a sort. It's a rehabilitation. It's a rereading of the texts to allow us to eat a lot of rabbits.
Project Eat Fluff.
Project Fluff Eating.
Fluff
Yes,
eating.
Fluff Eating. Here is a rabbit. I will draw it as what is it? Let's say it's almost yellow. Here is a rabbit.
Draw it on a plate.
No, I will draw
fire,
it
on a
with a
campfire.
person.
Hello.
Here. This is one of our. This is a hat representing a cleric. Purple hat.
It's a
And-
Smurf, isn't it?
And he's eating the
Rabbit.
rabbits. Yes.
Yeah, Danny, we haven't attended the missing cacti situation, so we resorted to eating rabbits.
It exploded into eating rabbits, and
Yeah,
this
because
is-
apparently in our Bible there is a part about eating things if they're fluffy enough, and if there aren't things with thorns around, then you can resort to eating
I'm
some things.
claiming it's 1 week. It's a project will take 1 week. Is anyone
We have-
disagree?
We have very convenient scripture.
Every scripture is choose your own
Scripture.
adventure. What
Adventure.
1 week? Yes, are we fine with 1 week?
Is
Yes.
it 1 week for what? For eating all the rabbits?
No. To switch to our new appreciation and
Rabbit-based diet?
To a
understanding.
new diet. All right.
Yes, to our new understanding. Mostly for our priest to find a way that this works with everything else that we know.
All right.
Oh
Finding
yeah,
the
they can
correct,
do it in 5
find
minutes.
the correct loophole.
Okay, so it will take basically 1 week, and now everything ends. This project ends, and I will claim, and this actually doesn't end, it's only 1 week. I will claim that the project of arming ourselves didn't go as good, as well as we hoped for. And while we have a lot of cannons, we couldn't mobilize anything like tanks or something. We have, I will claim, a scarcity of fuel. And there's, I will need you to agree that there is a scarcity of fuel. No, I don't need to agree. I say whatever I want about the ending of my project. It's my project. There's a scarcity of fuel. And we have like gazillion cannons, all of them. And you know, beside like 2 or 3 people dying in an explosion, that's fine, that happens. We started
Acceptable.
Collateral damage.
acceptable. We started testing the cannons, and everything
rabbit?
seems fine. And the desert booms with the might of our weapons.
Careful,
Sweet.
careful about the shrine.
Yes, we don't aim at the shrine. We start a new project. I will start something. No, I will discover something new. I want to discover something new. In the city, before the project ends, it seems there are big, half metal, half biological beings that seem to walk among the ruins. They are as big as cars, and they seem to be metallic because they are the origin of the noise, of the machine-like noise.
Are they more than meets the eye?
I don't know. But they only rise up from the ruins in the evenings, and they walk around lumbering slowly and grumbling and quite obviously organic. And I will add this. They are 4-legged, and they're as big as cars. This is something new.
It is
I
something
cast
new.
lightning bolt.
Nice, but please roll for a niche before you do all of that.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
While I draw them, Aviv, you go on with your summer.
Yes. Someone new arrives, who and why are they in distress? Or someone leaves the community, who and what are they looking for? Okay, someone new arrives from the north. Does it have to be someone, or can it be a group of people?
I think that's fine with a group of people. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay, so there are not many. There may be like 6 or 7 people running down from the mountains, not where the torches came from exactly, but kind of off to the side. And once we get them calmed down a bit, we give them a bit of rabbit to eat because apparently, oh no, we don't do that yet.
Not
no,
yet.
sorry,
Not yet. In a second.
not yet.
Yes.
Yeah, we give them water then. We have water. they tell us that they're running away from the Northerners.
Give them a name. The Northerners, I mean.
Well, they are the Green Cross.
God damn it.
Haha. They used to be members of this cult. They were like completely down with everything they taught, but ever since the apocalypse or the event, they've started becoming much more extreme, up to the point of human sacrifice, which is not what Jesus wanted us to do. Exactly, not in that way anyway.
Not yet,
Okay,
anyway.
okay,
Yeah,
not yet.
anything is flesh of that. I mean, that's basically.
Please draw that on a map in some way. Like you can add new people to our camp, like green crosses, or you can just mark green crosses to the north or something like that. Whatever you want. It's your thing.
So were they part of the Green Crosses or a different group that the Green Crosses tried to kill?
No, they were part of the Green Crosses, but they were just, I guess, not strong enough in their belief in those standards of the religion, that they don't want to be a part of that anymore. They prefer to be with more civilized or better kind of people, the chosen ones. You know how it is.
Okay, my project ends, and I will claim that it ends with a big problem. It works too well, and we have a scarcity of overly specific desert rabbit now.
No.
Really?
Because we want to eat so much more. I mean, there are enough, but we want to eat so much more. We will need to grow more, and make more, and eat more. And what about the
City
scouting
scouting.
party? Yes. How does that end?
The scouting party returns with, well, you hear a distant vrooming noise, and 3 cars roll into our little community. And the people come out of them looking quite stressed, because while we did get those cars, which we didn't see for quite a while, and we're very excited about that, and we did get those lovely big jars of fuel, we do have lumbering giant creatures made of metal who are starting to come after us, because apparently it belonged to them and they're not very happy with it or something like that.
Please draw cars in our garage or something. I have no idea how they came, how they arrived. I mean, is there like... There probably is a road somewhere, no? I mean, they didn't drive on the desert.
I think it's just a desert, just a plain. I mean, there's.
Is a desert plain? Plainy desert?
Yeah, I'm guessing those are probably like jeeps or.
No, but you should probably
black
draw them
cats.
next to us, because we have them now. They're our
All right,
cars,
I
not
shall move them. I shall move parts of them in a very awkward way. There we go.
Also,
They're
action.
ours. And as an action, it sounds like we need more rabbits now.
So you're gonna
So,
plant rabbits near the river now.
Yes.
That went so well
That-
last
That
time.
went well last
That is
time, yes.
completely how it works.
Well, it might actually work. We know it doesn't work for the seeds we
That's true.
had, but maybe for
That's
rabbits.
true.
They need water. But no, we're just going to grow the,
Maybe we can stop kicking them when they try to reproduce. I think that would help.
Good point.
That feels weird to me, but
That's not
was
what the
God
scriptures say.
Well, there is that, but I think the kicking actually gets them in the mood.
Oh, that kind of rabbit.
fetish rabbits.
But we are going to make their the place where we keep them cages. They're not really cages, but their area a lot bigger, and maybe put a few more people to tend to them and make sure they do their thing. I don't think it should take very long. Maybe 2 weeks.
I think it's just a week. I mean, we're not doing anything.
You mean to build a rabbit farm of a sort?
Basically, yeah.
Rabbit farm.
Kennel? Do they put... Kennel is only for dogs, right? What do they
They
call...
literally just need a tiny fence, just like a
Yes.
really tiny fence.
Oh, no, it's more than that, I think, but now you need to train rabbit growers.
What do
No.
the
We're all
rabbits
rabbit
eat?
growers.
What the
we?
rabbits eat? Apparently we have enough of that, but we probably need to gather more for more
Maybe they eat
rabbits.
other rabbits. That's our issue.
That's an interesting point.
That's terrifying.
Ev, it seems like it's your turn, and summer is
So wait, are we
fleeting.
saying we said 2 weeks?
2 weeks, I'm fine with 2 weeks.
Yeah, that
I'm
works.
fine
Summer
with
is
1
fleeting.
week, but yeah.
Discard the top 2 cards of the top of the deck and take 2 actions this week. Okay.
Okay. Can you discard those
Yes,
cards?
yes, yes. I will discard one. Here
Does
it
that mean
is.
we're like skipping 2 weeks in time, or just
Exactly right. We are skipping 2 weeks.
Time.
in time.
Well, there's time travel. Yeah.
ooh, freaky?
Summer is
So are we all
fleeting.
dead?
It's so short this year. Take 2 actions this week.
2 actions this week. Okay. Well, one of them. But now we have the threat from the south as well, not just the north.
No one said it's a threat.
Well,
just
yeah,
there.
the people that came from the scouting party just said it's dangerous.
Well, they said it's a threat. Good point.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's closer to us, and we know there's a credible threat there, and we don't really know what's going on up at in the north. So I'm saying we're gonna take the cars and some of the weapons that we took out of the bunker,
Put
and
them
go
on the cars.
put them on the cars.
And points and stuff like that, and Mad Max all over the
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. That's Mad Max this
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And drive on south and kick some metal butt.
Nice. Well, first, our only currently going projects go done by one, and that's one project that you start.
Yes. Where do I?
Marauding the city, like
Roading.
no, you go all marauder on the city.
We could. I'm not really sure what marauding means, to be honest.
Basically, scavenging in a very violent way.
Yeah.
Sure.
So please, draw a car rushing through the city streets and killing and destroying and pillaging, no?
How
Yeah,
much?
it kind of mean like robbing people if you see them.
I would claim this would probably take only 1 or 2 weeks.
Well, we have cars now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very simple to just, put a few people in a car and give them guns and make them just drive around very fast and shoot at whatever they see.
Yeah,
2
it's like
weeks.
a whole series of movies based on that.
Good point.
Okay.
Where is the car? I don't see you draw it.
Aviv, can you move one of the cars or 2 of them to underneath my killing the Transformers?
So that's one project. How long is it?
2 weeks?
I would say even 1 week. I don't see why not.
Ooh. You're a fast murderer.
Aviv and Ev, are you still with us? Because it seems like you aren't still with us.
They are either really intent or frozen in time.
Probably currently frozen. Well, we'll have to. This is actually as good a time as any to stop this recording for now. We'll continue next time with the rest of season of the summer, and then autumn, and then winter, which is the shortest one because you never know when it ends. We will now stop the recording, and we'll see you in, I have no idea, whenever the next one goes up as well. Later on!
Bye.